Hi, I'm James from Chaosium. This video is part of a series of conversations I had with Jeff Richard about the gods of Glorantha. These videos are designed to give an overview of the gods in general. Perhaps you're trying to play an initiate of a particular god and you want to learn about them, or maybe you just want to know more about the lore of Glorantha in general. This video is about Ernalda. I'm going to jump over to the video in just a moment, but first, remember to subscribe to the Chaosium YouTube channel. It helps us out and it lets us make more content like this. Thanks.
Ernalda is the Earth Mother, the Earth Goddess, and she is one of the most important and most powerful deities in the setting. She is the goddess of the ruler of all of the Earth deities. She is the great goddess of the Earth, and that means that her domain ranges from everything from the Earth to all things that grow and live upon it. She's also one of the most important goddesses of life and fertility. So that means birth, that means healing, that means growth. And she's also the goddess of a harmony goddess. She's one of the glues that holds things together. Now, Ernalda, in some ways, she's not a direct ruler in the way that she appoints herself and bosses all of the other deities around. Instead, the other deities, they compete to gain her favor. And that's how she harmonizes. She brings all the powerful elements, other elements that are constantly warring with each other. She brings them into harmony because they compete for her favor and blessing. She has many husbands. The storm god Orlanth is her husband. Yelm, the sun god, is one of her husbands. So is his son Yelmalio, the god of the sun dome. The sea god is one of her husbands. She is just, she is the great Earth Mother, and everybody who lives on or within the earth needs her blessing. And her magic is not very combat oriented, although she can summon and command earth elementals, powerful spirits of the earth. But she has a tremendous amount of healing and fertility magic, as well as some very powerful social magic as well.
So talk to us about some of those mechanics. What can an initiate of Ernalda expect to be able to do in a game of RuneQuest?
Well, I mean, beyond the easy things of summoning and commanding any size of earth elemental, she has the ability to immediately heal all the damage that has been done to somebody with a single spell, which is very powerful. Heal body. It's the second best healing spell in the game. She has the ability to be inviolable. And then what that means is that nobody who worships any of the deities associated with Ernalda, which also includes all of her husbands, can harm her. So an Ernaldan initiate is able to walk right into the middle of a battlefield with this spell cast, and no one can take an action against her, which is tremendously useful if you're trying to stop a fight. She has magic. She has a magic that allows her to massively enhance her charisma, which gives huge bonuses on communication skills, which is something very important in RuneQuest. And she also has the ability to command serpents and other powerful animals of the earth. And command serpent may not seem that great of a spell, but then when you think that some dragons take serpent mode, and that this is a thing where there are giant serpent monsters, it's actually a really tremendously useful spell. And for people that are playing community-based games, her ability to bless fields, so bless the harvest, to bless childbirth, and bring all this fertility, life-bringing magic is actually a tremendous asset in any sort of a community-oriented game. So, typically people playing Ernalda cultists, they don't typically end up being warriors. They end up being the people that are trying to make peace and also look after and coordinate the actions of their greater community. So it's a great cult for people they're wanting to have something that is more challenging than the typical healer type.
Fantastic. In terms of personality, what can an Ernalda player expect to be like?
Well, her most important runes are Earth. And Earth, the people that are strong with the Earth rune, they are strong in understanding the world. They're worldly. They're practical. They understand what actually needs to get done. Think concrete thinking. She's also very powerful in fertility. She's a life giver. She and people that are initiated into Ernalda, they tend to be have personality traits towards creating life and enjoying life. And she also is strong with the harmony rune, which means that Ernaldans tend to have personalities where they are trying to bring things into some sort of a harmony. They are more likely to want to negotiate a peace than to just simply smash their way through a problem.
Which cults and gods can initiates of Ernalda expect to get along well with?
Well, Ernalda is the head of the Earth religion, of the gods and goddesses of the Earth, as well as she is the wife of Orlanth, and also the wife of several other important gods. So she has a tremendous number of associated and friendly deities. She's in the, I'd say she's in the very top tier, along with a couple of other cults, including Orlanth and Yelm, with the most associated deities. And you have friendly deities, and friendly deities are deities that are just, the members of that cult are going to be friendly in general towards the member of a friendly cult. And then there's associated cults, and that's a much closer relationship. Associated deities can actually be sometimes worshipped in conjunction. Actually, scratch sometimes. They are worshipped often in conjunction with their associated deity, and they provide magic to that deity. So, for example, Ernalda is associated with Orlanth, and the Orlanth cult not only provides defense and protection for members of the Ernalda cult, but also lends her magic of calling clouds, which is important for making sure that the plants grow and get rain. But she's also associated with Yelm, who, if I recall, Yelm gives her the ability to chase away clouds, which is also a good thing. She's associated with her daughter, Babeester Gore, who is a terrifying war goddess, who is the protector, defender, and avenger of the Ernalda cult and our members. So even if Ernalda isn't a martial deity, her daughter is extremely martial. And Ernalda is also associated with her twin sister, who is often viewed as the dark Ernalda. And this is Marin Gore, the goddess of earthquakes and destruction, who is another destructive deity whose dance upon the world causes earthquakes and destruction. And She lends some magic to her twin sister, and there's the list just goes on. She's her mother Azrelia, who is the goddess of deep things, but is also the goddess of treasure, and of secrets. She gives her daughter magic. Tychora, the queen of the realm of the dead, is an associated deity. So, Ernalda's just got this huge, if you're an Ernalda initiate, you have got this huge list of associated gods. And you have a big list of friendly gods, because really, what sensible deity doesn't want to be friendly towards the goddess of earth and life?